Hello everyone, welcome back to Steam Code and welcome to another episode of our Kivy tutorial series. And in this video we'll be exploring Kivy Lang. So when you're creating a larger app and integrating multiple different widgets together and the app becomes more complicated, Kivy Lang attempts to simplify a lot of that complication, because if you're using just Python alone, it can get very cumbersome. So we're going to be going over the basics of how to get Kivy Lang, and we're going to be integrating multiple widgets and pasting them onto our app. So let's just get started. So before you create anything, let's create our main.kv file. So what Kivy Lang does is it automatically searches for your main class, and this can be called anything. If it's called Steam Code app, the name of your KV file needs to be Steam Code. So the name of your KV file needs to be the name of your class, and if it has an app at the end, remove the app and make it all lowercase. So since my class is called main app, my KV file's name is main.kv. And so Kivy will automatically associate whatever this name is to whatever the class is, and then whichever widgets you assign in main.kv will be returned from this class automatically without you having to do anything inside this class. So right now we can just get rid of all of this code and say pass, and we're really done using the main app class. Now we can create our own widget. So in Kivy, it's very useful to create your own widgets because the general widgets that you can use don't have all the functionality that you will need when you're creating your app. So let's just create our own widget. So we'll call this class main widget, and it's going to inherit all of the attributes of the widget class, the automatic class that we have from Kivy. And in order to do that, we need to actually import it. So let's say from kivy.uix.widget import widget. All right. And then within this class, we need to create our constructor. So def init, say self, and then keyword args. And what this keyword args says, it's basically allowing us to pass a variable number of keyword arguments without returning an error. And let's just call this super constructor. Super main widget pass in self dot init, and then keyword args again. All right, and that's all we need for right here as well. So we're really done with our Python for right now. Now let's create our widgets that we'll be using, the widgets that we're going to be displaying in our app. So let's save this and then head into main.kv. So within main.kv, let's just add a comment here saying that this kv file implementation of the app so in Kivy Lang, we can define our widgets as such, main widget, and then define the attributes of this main widget. So we've created our main widget class. Now we're using that class within our Kv file. So we're going to use the grid layout widget within our main widget. And now we can assign the attributes of this grid layout. And Kv Lang works off of indentation the same way Python does. So make sure you're indented at least or 4 spaces each time you want to nest a widget within a widget. So let's define the columns that this grid will have. This grid will have just 1 column. The rows, it'll have 2. And then within this grid, we want a label and a button. So the label, we can just say that the text is, there is a button beneath me. And then for the button, let's set the text as, I am a button. And let's save and run. So we have our virtual environment, as you remember from the previous tutorial. We can run this code. And it says here, there's a button beneath me and I'm a button. Let's change the size of this just so that we can actually see what the text says. So let's hop back into our code here. And let's set the size to 200 by 200. All right, and let's just save and run again. All right, so as you can see here, we have our button and we have our label. So with Kivy Lang, we've made it so much simpler than what we had previously, where we needed multiple lines of code just to create a button. We can say here we want a button within whatever widgets we have previously laid out, and then set the attributes of that button. Same with the label. So Kivy Lang makes integrating this KV file with our Python file much simpler. So in future tutorials, we'll be integrating both Python and Kivy Lang together to really streamline our process. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been Steam Code, and I will see you in the next one.